Hello, hello. Welcome to Sparkle Sanctuary. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Rebecca. I hope you're doing well today. I actually have, this is a post review. I didn't get one done for the month of February, so I have post review for February and March. There are 6 different images here. I did take notes, so hopefully we will get through these fairly quickly. And then as always, please feel free to ask questions in the comment section below if I miss anything. So let me get these out of the way and I will get the first image pulled up. All right, here's my first completion for the month of February. It actually is my first completion of the year. This was finished February 14th. I did other stuff like miniatures and book nooks in the month of January, and I have another project that I'm working on that I can explain at the end as to why I didn't really do a whole lot of diamond painting in February or January, but this was my first completion of the year. I will show you. I'm not sure if it'll come on here, but there's the original image that I used to customize this. If you can see, I think it turned out pretty well. Like it did come across the same. Now I will say, oh, by the way, this is a 65 by 65. There were 36 colors. I didn't add any enhancements to it because it is computer rendered, and being computer rendered, there's a lot more confetti in it. And it looks a little bit more hazy and blurry. So like this snowflake up here, there's no real consistent pattern to it. When you're looking at colors, it just is whatever the colors the computer picked. And so even if I had customized it, it wouldn't look right because it wouldn't be evenly spread out. Same thing with the ornaments and things like that. Her earring here even. So I just decided to forego doing any customizations. You can tell it's definitely computer rendered by how much confetti there is. There's not a whole lot of areas where there's consistency in one color or another. And then also, because there are definitely color issues, you can see these hot pink spots in her ear and in her jaw. I could go back and pick those off and make them a lighter color so that they make more sense. Now that I've pointed them out, you can definitely still see them in the viewfinder. And that is really my biggest complaint about the canvas is these pink pieces. And so, or at least the rendering, not the canvas, the rendering is the pink parts. And I could, but I really just wanted to complete this to show that this sticks really well. The diamonds actually stuck to it because this was an image that I had in another video showed how to take it from a double-sided adhesive canvas to a poured glue canvas. And I wanted to show how well that works. No real complaints about the diamonds. There was only a mild amount of trash. It wasn't a whole lot. So you can see there's not a lot. The diamonds were just okay. They're obviously plastic. They're not the resin drills that a lot of people like working with. I also did run out of one color and had to add some in from my stash. So I'm glad I have extra diamonds. I think other than that, the canvas quality is just okay. I will say at the bottom here, it is fraying quite a bit. I could probably cut along here and fix that. But this is just not an image that I plan to hang up or do anything with. It was just one of those practice canvases. It is probably the only piece of AI art that I will have anywhere on my channel. And I've shown it 3 times now. So it's finished. It's going to go away in my stash and that'll be that. But if you have any questions about this, please feel free to ask in the comment section below. I will link to the video that I'm talking about changing it from poured glue or changing it from double-sided adhesive to poured glue in case you're interested in seeing that. I think that's all I have for this one. Let me get out the next one. All right. My second finish for the month of February was completed on February 22nd. This is Ariel, Currently Busy Exploring by Diamond Art Club. It is part of their little diamond series, as is indicated at the top of the canvas. I have no complaints really about this image. It was pretty easy to work up. I love multi-placing, and so I like color blocking. Color blocking is when there is large areas of color that you can place at one time and use a multi-placer versus the confetti of the other one where there was lots of color changes all over the place. So this had a lot of really great color blocking. I will say, just because the grid space, I couldn't use my 12 placer. I used more like 7 or 8 at a time, and it ended up working out fine. Worked up so quickly. And yeah, I just don't have any complaints. The canvas is normal Diamond Art Club quality. There are only 16 colors, so I didn't have a lot to choose from, a lot to work through. There wasn't, let's see, where's my trash? There wasn't a lot of trash in there, like hardly any. And there were 4 special diamonds. So they're all fairy dust. Let me see if I can pull So there are these 4 colors. There's 2 purples, a yellow and a green, and the green is in her fin here and here. The dark purple is in the seashells. The yellow is in flounder, and then the light purple is in this plants back in the background, and then the centers of all of the bubbles. So it just gives it a tiny bit of extra sparkle, not a whole lot of extra. And in case you don't know what fairy dust diamonds are, it is just like a tiny bit of mica powder. There you can kind of see it. A tiny bit of mica powder on the top of the diamonds. It just gives it a little extra sparkle. So that was it. No real complaints. Like I said, really easy workup, very enjoyable canvas. And I do like the rendering. I feel like this was a good size. So if you're into really easy diamond paintings, I definitely recommend the ones in this series. All right, I will put this one away and get out my next finish. All right, so my next finish I actually completed on March 16th. It is a mystery kit. I will give everybody a heads up when I'm going to show the full image so that you can either click off of this video and go watch something else, or so if you want to, you can click in the description box. I will try to put a timestamp in there that indicates when I have moved on to the next image in case you don't want to actually see it. This is Mystery Kit Fantasy Variety by Chris Ortega. It's number 15, I believe, in the series. This is a 65 by 91 centimeter or 25.6 by 35.9 inch square drill diamond painting. I have a lot to say about it but it's kind of easier to show you. And then I also don't want to give anything away. So this will be the part where I will tell you to check the description and or click away. So I'm giving you a fair warning right now. Okay. If you're still here, then you want to see everything about this kit. So there was a lot of trash, and I mean a lot. There's actually a diamond right there. And I just keep finding them all over the place because it is 60 colors. And so I ended up having to fill all of these bottles with diamonds. There were several packets that had plenty of left over, but for the most part, they were just the right amount of diamonds. But because there was extra trash, I normally put those into one of these containers to do for trash. But as you can see, because I didn't have any containers, I just threw them in the bottom. There's a lot of trash. This is a lot of trash. These diamonds, I think I purchased this kit. Yeah, I purchased this kit in August of 2022. So I know that there were issues during that time frame, specifically regarding square diamonds and the quality of them. Definitely the dark drills were a major issue. I probably will not keep these diamonds. It did have 3 ABs. So AB stands for Aurora Borealis. So there's a sparkle on there that has an iridescent coating. It looks like the Northern Lights. I definitely love ABs, and so I was happy for them. So there's 3 different ABs. There's this kind of mauvey, like tan color. There is this almost a berry color, but it's definitely more red. And then there is this like butter yellow color. Okay. So here is when I'm going to go ahead and pull out that image. Again, if you don't want to see it, please click away. I don't want to have any spoilers for anybody. Okay, so here she is. Here is the top of the diamond painting up here. And then this webbing here, I will say, is very confetti heavy. I thought there was going to be a little bit more color blocking in it. It is definitely not. But there is some decent color blocking in little places here and there. So it wasn't terrible to work up. Like I said, I started this probably February 23rd and finished it March 16th. So it only took me a few weeks to do. Considering the size of this and the fact that it's a mystery kit, I feel like that's actually a pretty decent timing. So here is the full image. Okay, so that is all of it. I'm going to go ahead and turn her sideways so you can see everything in frame, hopefully. Okay, yeah, that's pretty much most of it. So a couple things to note. Obviously, as you can see, her skin is very orange. I am disappointed in that. I also had to change the rendering in her lips. There was some really weird white pieces in there that just looked incredibly off. And then my biggest complaint of this whole image is her hand here. So actually, I'm going to turn her back so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. She is holding this heart. And when I started working, I had this done and the thumbs looked good because it looks like she's holding it out towards you. And obviously, if something is towards you, it's going to be a little bit bigger. So I didn't mind the thumbs. I mind this here. What is going on with her fingers? This is very obviously AI, and that upsets me. I typically don't do AI. I didn't know Chris Ortega had any anything to do with AI. Maybe she just uses AI to render hands, but this is a big oversight. And I was very disappointed with how this looked. I mean, which of her fingers is going where? Why is her ring finger all the way up here? This is her middle finger. This is her index finger. This is her pinky here. Does that make any sense? Like, that really bothers me. And because it doesn't have a picture really image behind it, I can't even go back and fix this. Normally, if there was a major issue with my diamond painting, I would be able to take care of it and re-render it, because that's one of the things that I'm able to do. I really love steampunk. I love everything. Like, the belt on her is cool. The steady background looks so cool. This, the fence behind her, this up here, it looks so cool. And I love the wings and everything. Her skin tone and that hand rendering, I just can't. And it's not even a rendering issue, because I went and found the image online. So I guess it's the actual image itself. Sorry, I'm overwhelmed because I'm actually really frustrated and I'm worried about putting such a negative review out there. Anyway, I will never purchase another mystery kit just because I don't do AI on my channel, and I don't want a chance that this is something that's going to happen again. I just would rather know what the image is. That's pretty much all I have to say. I think she's beautiful. I just wish that the skin tone had been different and that the hands had been different. If I could fix the rendering of these, like, you see, I'm even okay with the orange skin tone if this was better, if that makes sense. So without the coloring below the image, I definitely can't customize this and fix that. So it's just going to go in my stash. It's okay. One of those lessons learned thing, but just kind of keep that in mind when you're purchasing these mystery kits. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pull out the next image. All right, so after such a big square diamond image, I wanted something very small and round drill and easy to do. So I ended up picking this. It's actually a partial. This dark purple background is not diamond painted. In fact, it's got a really silky feel to it. Definitely interesting canvas to work on. But this is by Camelot Dots. It's called Floral Celebration. The information says it is 11 by 14.4 inches or 28.1 centimeters by 36.6 centimeters. But the size of the fabric is 14 by 17.6. So anyway, there are 20 colors here. Because it was a partial, I was able to kit it up into one of these smaller kits. These containers sometimes are a little bit hard to work with, but I dropped it and all of the drills spilled out of several containers. And so these are ones that I actually did not get sorted out, and there was like next to no trash in here. I really have no complaints. The canvas is really nice and flimsy, really easy to work with. It's not the soft flock backing, but I don't know, like I said, it's got almost a silky feel to the top portion, and it's almost shiny, that doesn't have the glitter in it like some canvases do. But this was a really nice mix of color blocking and confetti. I love the drill filled. It was perfect alignment. I had no complaints. They weren't too spread apart. So when I wanted to use my multi-placer, I was able to. And then when I didn't have any issues with having to move them around a whole lot to get them placed properly. I didn't add any special diamonds. This doesn't come with any special diamonds. I did consider it, but then after, like I said, I was really frustrated with the end of that last one. And so I just wanted something simple and easy. I didn't want to have to think. So this ended up footing the bill for me. I did purchase this one in May of 2025. So it's not a terribly old image. It's less than a year old. But like I said, it worked up. It worked up quickly. I actually completed this the next day after that one. So I finished my last image on March 16th. I finished this on March 17th. So I just did this the next day. Spent a lot of time diamond painting and really, really enjoyed working on this image. I don't have anything else to say about this one, so I will pull out the next one. All right, so my next finish for the month of March was completed on March 19th. This is Dear and Delicate by Sybil Art. It is rendered and sold by Craft Ease. I'm not sure if this is an image that is still being sold by them. I purchased this in, I think, April of 2022, so I've had her for a minute in my stash. I think she's so pretty, and I really loved working on this. Only took me a couple of days to do. I will say there was gapping in some of the drills. So like the white was a little bit hard to make sure that I got them placed really well with my multi-placer. But as long as I only used 4 or 5 at a time, it went really it went fine without having any like symbols showing underneath. There are 2 special diamonds in here. They are both like a crystal. So there is this dark blue and then this lighter blue crystal. And that is what they have in there. And those crystals are located, if you can see there, it's definitely has a different sheen. It goes through the stems of these and then these blue leaves on this side and then all up through here. So I love how that looks. I think it's pretty. It just gives it a little bit of extra something. She really steals the center stage. I wish that there had been something special in the butterflies. I love butterflies. They're my favorite thing in the world. So, and I almost considered adding special diamonds to this, but I was still kind of in the mindset that I wanted to just do whatever was rendered and have it be easy. And this also like really just hit what I needed. I was super happy to work on this. This is round drills. The size is 40 by 50 and there's 21 colors. This canvas actually feels incredibly like the custom one that I had at the very beginning. It is a little bit thinner, but even like the edges of it, the way it is really kind of was very reminiscent of that. This one, however, did not fray. So I'm not saying they're the same manufacturer. I'm just saying that the type of canvas that it is, they're similar. Oh, and also the last thing is the plastic that came on top of this was super flimsy and thin. And it's not my favorite type of plastic, but if you don't use the plastic, then it wouldn't really matter to you. So I guess that's up to personal preference. But I would have liked the plastic on it to be a little bit thicker so that it was easier to cut up and to use as part, like to just continue to cover with. If I had to lay it back down, it just felt like it was going to stick to the canvas. And so I tried not to do any sections bigger than what I planned to work on at that time, just because I was worried that it would stick. So anyway, that's all I have for this one. I will go ahead and pull out my last finish. All right. So my last completion for the month of March was I finished her on March 30th. This is Pink Lightning by Jasmine Beckett Griffith from Bella Art Diamonds. She is 45 by 56 centimeters and is square drills, 40 colors, including 2 ABs. They are both these pink ABs here. There's a lighter pink AB and then a darker pink AB. So these ABs, are in her tights here. She has some in her hair and through here. And there's like little tiny bits in the edges of the wings. I picked this up while on a diamond painting retreat. It was on the giveaway table. I had never completed an image by Bella Art Diamonds and I wanted to see how that worked up. I will say there is some areas like her tights are really confetti heavy. This, obviously, because of the striping and everything, was a lot of confetti, but there were areas like here that was color blocking. But this part here was confetti. And so I'm not sure if I've never worked on any of their images and I haven't paid a lot of attention lately. So I'm not sure if this was hand rendered or if it was computer rendered. And even so, I don't know when this image was purchased. So I can't even say if they've changed their quality since then. I will say I love this canvas. That's a really nice flat and soft flock. So it doesn't feel like it's catching on my skin and it's not too thick. It's the texture of this canvas is really quite lovely. I actually really enjoyed it. The grid field is phenomenal. I love the grid field. The diamonds fit together magically. There was minimal gapping in the lighter colors, but this was chef's kiss. I loved the grid field on this. It was very enjoyable to work on squares. My favorite is rounds. I've said it multiple times on my channel, but my favorite is rounds. And so to really enjoy the square diamonds just is a testament to how good the grid field is. There was quite a bit of trash. For the size of the image, that's quite a bit of trash to me. And there's still more trash in each of the containers. I didn't go through and pick out all of the trash that was in here. If I had, I think these, like this color and these 3, 4, 5 colors here and these colors here would probably be almost all trash. And so just kind of something to note. I had plenty to work with. There wasn't any color that I was worried about running out of. So it wasn't like it was an issue having that much trash, if that makes sense. The plastic that was on this canvas was also amazing. Really nice, thick plastic that went over the top. I didn't feel like it was going to stick to the canvas if I had to replace it. Take it off and then put it back down if I was not finished with an area and I wanted to finish diamond painting for that moment. Really, really great. I will also, so another negative that I will say is that these stickers, I have them stuck here. It comes with stickers on a sticker sheet, and they wrapped around, I tried to wrap them around the side of the case, the container, just because they are really big. And I probably could have cut them off, but I didn't want to go through that trouble. But what I noticed, and for some reason, none of them are doing it right now, but what I noticed as I was working on it, these just like were just popping off. They were not sticking very well. For some reason, I'm not finding one that isn't sticking well. Here's one that's starting to come off. It just like, I would open the container and they would be just hanging out. Oh, here's a good example. Here's number 2. So you can see it's just not stuck down at all. It's not, and see, I'll stick it down and then a little while later, it'll pop back up. I had that problem. Here's another one. I had that problem with a lot of these. So the stickiness of the stickers is probably not the best, but honestly, they stuck onto the containers. So if you end up doing something like this, I recommend just snipping off that number if you're wanting to do that, just to make it fit, because they stuck fine. And I bet when they come off, they'll come off really nice and easy, and they won't leave a lot of residue. So I guess it's, up to you. Like sometimes they're too sticky and they leave too much residue, and people complain about that. So it's up to you what your preference is. Anyway, that was what this was when this image was purchased. Like I said, I was not the purchaser of this image, and I am so grateful that I got to pick this up because I got to try out Billow Art diamonds, and I will definitely be looking into purchasing more from them in the future. Okay, so that is all for my finishes. If you want to stick around, I will also do an honorable mention of a project that I've been working on since the beginning of the year. Let me get this put away. And if you want to stick around, I would love to keep you. If not, I hope you come back for my next video. All right, so my honorable mention is Magical Potions by Nathaniel Mortensen. This is the full image. I do not have all of it on display here for you because it is such a big picture. It is 99 by 70 centimeters. My friend Rhonda at Dip in Time and I are working on a quest to get through the year, finishing these diamond paintings that are really large beasts that are in our stash. If you are interested in joining us, I will link her channel below. I also have a playlist of the videos that the lives that we've done, linked to a playlist on my channel. You're welcome to watch. But basically, I have broken this down so that one of these potion bottles is going to be completed every month. So this time, this hourglass was finished in the month of January. This heart was finished in the month of February. And then this one with the shamrock in it was finished in the month of March. I am getting ready to work on the month of April. It is actually on the other side of the canvas over here. But yeah, so if you are interested, these basically this image is so big. Let me see if I can pull out I will pull out this and I will measure this for you so you can see the size of the sections that I'm working on. So this one is 24.5 centimeters by almost 23 centimeters. So you can see like this is basically a snack size diamond painting all of its own, but divided into 12. So this is, like I said, a huge image, but working on it this way has made it very, very enjoyable to work on. This image has 91 colors, including 4 fairy dust and 4 ABs. I also have customized this and I added my own special diamonds. I added 22 extra diamonds to this kit. So this kit is going to come out at a whopping 113 colors. So this is the one canvas that I have ever worked on that has the most colors. I'm really, really enjoying working on it. I loved customizing it. But anyway, we do go live on the last Thursday of every month on Rhonda's channel. So please feel free to join us. If you have a large diamond painting that you are trying to get through, that you're struggling to get through, please feel free to join us on this quest. It definitely is worth joining us for. So anyway, that is all I have for you today. Please, like I said, leave any questions you have in the comment section below. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next video. Remember, wherever you go, to take care of your mental health is a Sparkle Sanctuary. So make sure to take time to take care of you. I'll see you next time. Bye.